and welcome to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. After Show right here on theStream.tv. I am your host, Kevin Becker, and joining me as always on my left...
This is James Hartman. Hello, folks.
I don't know what that was. On my right...
I suddenly feel very nauseous, especially because next week we're getting an Age of Ultron trailer. Hey everybody, Keyla Alves Teixeira.
I thought your name got really long.
Yeah.
And further to the right...
Hi everybody, Mark Cirillo. I still hadn't recovered from the May versus May fight from last week, and now my mind is blown.
So right now, before we get started, here's what I want you guys to do. Here it is. Assignment. Go ahead, invite people. Text your friends, jump on the phone, on the Twitterverse, everything. Be like, hey, jump on over to the Stream.tv's YouTube channel. Let's talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that episode was nuts. All right, do it right now. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds.
Yes.
You're done. Okay. And before we dive into the conversation, if you have fun talking to us, you have fun talking to each other, there's some really cool people I think you guys would like. Go on over and check out @DailyMarvelite on Twitter or www.dailymarvelite.com. They're a really, really cool group of people. They write about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they have some really awesome insights and info, and if you like what we do, then you'll absolutely love what they do. So go ahead and check them out. Now, let's go ahead and dig into tonight's episode because we got a lot to dig into.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
You even handle it.
The poop hit the proverbial fan this week. This is what happened.
This is why we don't keep fans in the studio. The big one, the big thing, we're gonna open it up with the big one, is we learned a little bit more, maybe, about Skye's origin. So we have Coulson thinking that she might be an alien and dropping that bomb on her because she didn't react to the GH serum. We've got the possibility of a lot of other things. I know we've always been on the Inhuman track. So we've learned a little bit more. Theory time, guys. What do you think is Skye's origin?
I can't. You go.
Everybody, look at the two of you.
Oh, Jesus.
With
This couch.
Well, first of all, mind blown. Yes, absolutely fantastic. This week kind of just dropped a major bomb on us with everything that's going on and with more reveals about Skye's dad and everything that's going on. I kind of went online as soon as this little bomb was dropped at the end, that the language that's on the obelisk is called the Diviner, and I'm like, I remember the Diviner from something, and there's a character in Inhumans called Mala the Diviner, who is a telepath, and she's also an expert hacker who can hack into anything. She hacked into the Pentagon system as well to save certain Inhumans when they were captured. So, Skye is a hacker.
So your theory is
there's something going on, and she kind of read this thing that she translated as a map at the very ending. So she's starting to understand what this language that's scribbled everywhere is. I think that that's a hint. I think that this is a hint for Inhumans. That's what they're dropping, and that's why I'm gonna go with Age of Ultron trailer next week and treat Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch as Inhumans. Done.
My theory is because they're dropping this idea that she is not reacting to the alien blood because she might be an alien. I'm a huge fan of the Runaways series, Brian K. Vaughan's Runaways series, and so it seems like that's a brilliant theory, a little bit better than mine. But I think they might be pulling a little bit from that. Carolina Dean in that series is a daughter of alien supervillains. They're movie stars in that version, which Kyle MacLachlan is not in the show, but. I feel like they could be kind of twisting and moving that together because Carolina Dean was an alien who didn't know she was an alien. And I think that it's possible that they might be mixing Inhumans and taking a little bit of Carolina's backstory and putting that in there. Yeah, a little bit of a best of. Let's go with.
No, yeah, and I would love to see both of those. I mean, I love the Runaways. be so happy if they did that, and it makes a lot of sense in the Inhumans thing too. And literally, like 5 minutes before we went live, we were all freaking out a little bit. But no, I want both of them to happen, but I'm leaning towards the Inhumans thing.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards it.
Either one would be absolutely fantastic, and if it's a little marriage of the two, then like Marvel, you are killing us and bringing us back to life again. So.
Yes.
I have nothing to add to that. I, like Kayla, would love to see either of those storylines, and they both work for me. Yeah.
Fair. Totally fair.
This is us trying to wrap our brains around
Over what?
that episode. It's like, woo.
Oh, thanks for telling us a lot of things that make us go, "Hurrah!" So, fantastic. Well, this episode did a lot of stuff for us. We got these glimpses into Skye's origins, but we also got to know a new character who is probably not new to people who read the Marvel Comics, Bobby Morse, a.k.a. Mockingbird. We knew that Mockingbird was coming in. They made a big deal about it. Mockingbird's coming in. And before we discuss specifics about Bobby, let's talk about, what did you guys think? What do you guys think of this version of Mockingbird?
I love it.
Now he's in.
Well, I mean, in addition, I'll just get this out of the way. Like, I'm a huge fan of Adrianne Palicki, like from Friday Night Lights. I think she's brilliant and she can handle it. And she was just so kick-ass. Like, she was so evil, and then once she like flips, she's so good and kind. I blew me away. She's so kick-ass. So good.
I love it. Like, I freaked out when she did her moves, and then she just lands perfectly after like kicking both of the Hydra agents' ass. Like, she just go with the baton, just like, yes, I just did that. Just, oh my God, it's so perfect. It's.
I'm guessing everybody saw the Wonder Woman pilot, and I feel like that was just her audition tape for this. Like, she's like, look, I can do this shit.
And I love that it just harkened back to Black Widow's fight in Iron Man 2. That, hallway fight, this land perfectly. What are we dealing with?
The Black Widow stuff?
Yeah.
It was very much the same landing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She just goes arms out, up hair, swinging the hair back, and then goes, oh, okay, I know who you are. You mean business. Batons and everything. And also we find out that she's Lance Hunter's ex-wife, which is awesome.
It's interesting because that leads me into my next question. So obviously we're all pro Mockingbird. We loved it. I thought it was a fantastic way to bring her into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But now where do we think she's going to go? We know that she has been undercover. We know that she is very close to Simmons, it seems. Like the two of them really hooked together well. And she's Lance's ex-wife. Do you guys think she's going to continue more with the show? There's been talks of her moving into the movies. What is Mockingbird's future, in your opinion?
My dream is that she does both.
Yeah.
Because we have to get her together with Hawkeye. Like, I can't wait for her and Jeremy Renner to get together. And I don't see him joining the show, so she has to go to the movies. But I'm hoping she'll do both, like, and go back and forth. Or, like, I'm hoping Kobe Smulders does more of the TV show, too. Like, I would just love it if they both are characters that can go back and forth, like Agent Coulson.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. I mean, if Maria Hill and she has already done the back and forth between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the TV series, so that opens up a new gateway to bring these characters back and forth. And if they do Inhumans, and if it does end up going the Inhumans route with the show, they can bring those characters and open up the universe as well for the future films, which would be fantastic. Also, if we have Hawkeye, which I'm pretty sure he's going to survive Age of Ultron, and he gets with Bobby Morse, and they go and they have West Coast Avengers, which would be fantastic.
Wonder Man.
They're sowing the seeds, and it's beautiful.
I loved. I'm excited to see her with the team. I mean, I was freaking out for a second because I'm just like, okay, they're going back to they're in the Quinjet. Okay, are they going to are they going to the team? Is everyone is going to meet each other? Oh my God, it was just. I hope she sticks around. I really hope she sticks around until like at least the end of the season. I feel like
Yeah.
She could just do so much.
I'm pretty
and-
certain she's gonna survive this whole thing. I don't
No,
think she
yeah,
will.
and I love that little when Nick Blood's
thinks she's
character,
winning the league.
either Nick's Blood character or somebody else on the show was just like, "Oh, you dyed your hair," like.
Yeah.
So she is gonna be blonde.
She is
It's just so
blonde.
cool. Yeah.
So that's another thing that. Dye your hair blonde like now. So like next
'Cause,
episode it can be
oh,
blonde.
I really hope she sticks around. I think the more cool characters we can add to the show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. knows what it is now. You go back, I know we talked about this, I think, in the first episode for us, but the beginning of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1 was like, it could be any generic sci-fi show. Having these characters like Absorbing Man at the beginning, having Bobby Morse now, makes it a Marvel show, not just a Creature of the Week show. And this season has been extremely strong, and doing moves like this are only going to make it stronger. Yeah. So I feel like she may not be in every episode, 'cause, I mean, Ward is a full cast member and is not in every episode. So, you know, but I hope she'll be around for a lot of it. She's got a lot of Hydra insight. She got to be, right?
Yeah, and what is Hydra gonna do now? I mean, they're
Your head
gonna
of security.
retaliate hard. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna just attack.
They were like, "You
S.H.I.E.L.D.
invaded
hard."
us.
Well, as we
We're
saw,
kicking back.
as we saw in the preview, they're just like they're like whiny babies. Just like, okay, you want to do this to us? We're gonna pretend we're you, and we're gonna f some shit up. Like, it's great. I'm so
And
excited.
the cool thing that having Mockingbird brought to us is the thing that we've all been waiting for, the reuniting of Fitz and Simmons. And it was short, and it was awkward, but it still got my heart going, oh! So we know that Fitz is trying to move on. We saw him subconsciously talking to Simmons at the beginning, and Mind Simmons said you should move on, and at the end of last episode he was thinking about moving on, and now she's back. Where do you guys see this relationship going? Is he going to keep pursuing her? Are they going to awkwardly dance around it for a long time and then nothing's going to come of it? Where do you guys see the trajectory?
You guys heard me scream. I was like, don't cut away! Don't cut away! Like, so much was happening and it was so good, and we keep talking about what a strong actor Fitz is. Like, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And so, like, and he was so guarded. Like, you'll notice, like, he didn't move forward and his arms were crossed. And so I think he's scared. Like, it still freaks him out because he was so used to interacting with his imaginary Simmons that he just doesn't. I think he's still in shock, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Like, but I don't really care anywhere they go. I trust them.
I was expecting them to have like a larger, like more emotional reunion.
Yeah.
And like it kind of, but it does make sense for him to just like stay back, like not know how to like go up to her yet. You know, it's just. Oh, my heart hurts.
She's the real deal now, and so he's like, I haven't seen you in so long. I don't even know what the thought process is behind what he's going through at that moment, but he just stood still there and just looked at her and kind of realized, she's back. Holy crap, what do I do now? Where do I go from here now? Because he came to terms with the fact that she wasn't in his imagination before, and so it's a big leap to go from, you were in my imagination for so long, I let you go, and now you're back. The physical, corporeal form of you is here. Mm-hmm. What do we do? So it's going to be fascinating seeing where they go on from here. And I like the fact, at first I hated it when they just cut from that. I'm like, oh, please, I want to see more. But I really like it because it's so open, and there's going to be so much emotion with that. I'm certain, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, I was talking to some friends of mine about the show and about season 1 and trying to get them back on board to watch season 2. And one of their complaints was that these guys are spies, and with the exception of pretty much Fitz and Simmons, you know, they're all and Skye, they're all very guarded, and you don't get to know much about them until later, and you start to get to that later. And one of the strengths of this season has been the humanity of these characters, and especially Fitz. And I mean, I know I've been there. I am sure many of us have, where it's the person you have feelings for, it didn't work out, and the first time you're back together with them, and you're just like, how was your summer? Did you see that game that happened? And it's so awkward, and I was like, I've been there, buddy. I'm sorry. And it's just so true that I want to see what happened when they cut away, but just seeing that was enough for me to be like, I know where this conversation's going, and not well.
I wonder. Before, what's his name? Triplet.
Yeah.
Triplet. I know Triplet had a thing for Simmons. I wonder if that's gonna start coming out more. You know what I mean? Or is Fitz not gonna like that? Or is Fitz gonna be standoffish? I don't know. I wish I knew.
Yeah.
I just don't know how the other relationships in the team are going to be affected, because they've been so used to working without Simmons. How is this going to play out for the rest of the season?
How she's
having her back in the team.
assimilate with the team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's going to be
interesting
heart-wrenching for all of us.
It will be.
No, I'm sure.
And
them, but for all of us.
and the thing that I think excites everybody, we always know coming into an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, and we're trying to think, what are we going to talk about? We always know that the stinger right at the end, it was come back for that last little bit, is our ending topic. And again, we have proved that this is our tradition. Skye's dad, Kyle MacLachlan, the doctor, went to go see Whitehall, the Kraken, and the Battle of the Thus, and he has told them they're going to work together. He brought them the obelisk, talked about it being the diviner, and has given them the name Phil Coulson for sure. We've known that Hydra comes at this pretty rough. They are not going easy on S.H.I.E.L.D. This new partnership, how much escalation do you guys see this bringing to the S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra war?
It so takes it to another level,
yes.
Right?
It's oh wow, I kind of, even though Hydra has so much control, it felt S.H.I.E.L.D. has it, even though they're a mess, they're still kind of keeping it equal, and they can take them, and now it's oh wow, this is some major badass shit is gonna hit the fan.
Going
Yeah,
on,
right?
yes.
Excuse my language.
The proverbial.
Kayla
fan, yes.
4 times last week. So.
That's right. So I get a few. This week I'm the sailor.
It's because they keep bombarding us with such awesome stuff
We
all the
literally, there
time.
aren't
The
words
show
in the
just-
vocabulary we must swear.
Yes, it's insane. They just don't let you go. They keep you hooked.
We try to get out, but they keep pulling us back in.
What's going to be interesting to see, though, is Kyle MacLachlan. I can't say his last
MacLachlan?
name.
MacLachlan.
Kyle, speech impediment. Kyle, I'm excited to see what his intelligence will work, what he knows about the obelisk, and how it's going to help Hydra in a way, because I'm sure both him and Whitehall have different knowledge and different intelligence about both of these things, and when they combine forces, it's just going to be bam.
And if Skye's alien, is he alien too?
Kyle MacLachlan.
Right,
Oh,
but
yeah,
that's the question. If she's inhuman, she's still a
Right.
subspecies of humanity that's been
Right.
experimented on by
Right.
aliens. So she's got
half alien.
half
Yeah,
and
she's Hydra.
she's got a half and half.
It depends
yeah.
on where their Terrigen mist is coming from.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
He may
Where are
be
you
human.
getting your Terrigen mist from?
It's been going up at 7-Eleven right outside Xandar.
Starbucks is selling it now. It's all the craze.
4 Loco Terrigen, bro.
I don't know what just happened. We should leave. I was going to say something, but you guys distracted me.
We got weird.
You were gonna say something about Kyle MacLachlan, if he's human, or
Oh, yeah,
is he alien, or
so
is he both, or is he
maybe
inhuman,
he's-
or
Right.
did he work with the aliens? What? How does he know?
Oh, God. Either he's worked with the aliens.
That's what you were gonna say.
That's me not knowing how to process information. He's either working for, or some connection with the aliens, working for the aliens, or met them once before, or maybe Skye's mother was an alien and he's just human, and and the reason why he hates S.H.I.E.L.D. so much is because S.H.I.E.L.D. caused the mother's death, and he's just I'm out for revenge because they killed my wife and they have my child.
I think
Maybe he's the Punisher.
I feel like he is something different because he's got those rage moments of punching the mirror and killing the people.
He's a little off.
Yeah.
He's a little hulky.
Yeah, he goes a little off the hook.
But before we get any further, you may be asking yourself, I love the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after show, and I have other TV shows that I love as well. Do they do this with other TV shows? And you know that we do. So if you want to know more about our theStream.tv fan show network, then I want you to watch this right now, and we'll be right back. Just in case you missed it live.
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 In case you missed it live, I'm not fake, I'm so real, okay?
Hey, who's excited?
Woo! She's a little superhero slut because she's so. I just pissed everybody off.
She's like such a glamazon. Join the writer team because you are hot.
And I loved it.
That is like tension beyond belief. I found her to be deliciously out of control.
We were all just looked at each other, just like, ah!
So we can assume that you've written letters to inmates before.
Give me the diamonds. I need them for my wife.
Take charge and kill everyone.
This Holocaust coffin.
You were agreeing with me, so I think it was a great point. You know, you can't count anything out.
Yes, yes.
Yes! Oh my God!
What's your shoe size? My size.
Well, that was pretty awful.
Oh my God. Very cool.
Totally.
Did that look cool? You know it did. So what you're gonna do right now is go ahead. You're right here, you're watching it. Click that subscribe button right now, and you can get us on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after show, as well as all of the other after shows and great programming here on theStream.tv. So go ahead, click it, 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and you're done. Now, a quick shout out to the people who have joined us in our live YouTube chat tonight, because we love talking to you guys and we love when you hang out. So a few people that I want to give a shout out to. I think it's Ty Etienne, Spice Nug, Connor Kilmer, Shield Radio, Zepp, and Jason Ritter. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today, because this is awesome. If you are watching this not live and you would love to be a part of the conversation, we are here every Tuesday after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So come on by and talk to us.
And you guys can always tweet us, hashtag AOSAS. Fun fact too, I was really excited about this. When I was live tweeting, Clark Red retweeted me and included. I was really excited. So Clark Red, if you're watching this, thank you for retweeting.
But since we're talking about talking to you guys, let's talk to you guys, all right? Let's take it to our first fan question. Some of them have been sent to us throughout the week, and one of them comes to us live tonight. So the first fan question for the evening comes from @SimeonLeach. And they ask, remember the brief introduction of Agent May's mother? Any theories on what her story is? Bum, bum, bum. Theories, guys? Immediate theories that you've thought up just now.
Ex-S.H.I.E.L.D. agent?
Probably.
No, she works for the government, and she says, like, at least my agency is not corrupt. So I think she's either like NSA or CIA. Well, NSA would probably be a little bit corrupt. Maybe
There's a lot of mutters.
CIA or FBI or something like that. And she does have access to some pretty grand information. So I'm guessing that she works in the government. And if we do end up having, Ward's brother coming back in, that whole thing coming into the fold, we might have an introduction of her again, or have her reintroduced into the show as an asset in the U.S. government.
Yeah, that'd be really
so that
cool.
would be really interesting.
It looked like from the preview that Ward's brother is at least making an appearance next week. So, unless I got the actor wrong, which I may have. But from the preview, it looked like we're getting Ward's brother for the first time next week. Which, if that is cool, because she does say she's from an agency. Just seeing who's doing what and where and where the pieces are placed. I love spy stuff.
I would love if she was in an episode this season and like May and her were like fighting like side by side, like mom and daughter.
Why can't you meet a nice guy?
Maybe her mom is Nala the diviner.
That would be great.
That would be random, but that would be great.
Can take everything.
But yeah, I wonder like what.
Maybe she's Medusa or
what,
Gorgon.
and what she knows about her daughter and all of that. I'm really curious.
It'd be great if she was Lockjaw, actually. I would love
Lockjaw,
it
if May's mom was Lockjaw.
That would be perfect. I can empathize everything.
Well, let's take it to our second question. All right, our second question comes from @NewMoby, and they ask, do you think Skye is experiencing the same thing like Coulson did since they took the same alien serum last season? Well, I believe this episode answered this a little bit for us. We did learn that even though she got the GH serum, that she hasn't been carving things like Garrett and like Coulson did. But that raises so many more questions, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
I think it raises just one statement. She's an alien.
She's
an alien.
Real quick, rewind the YouTube feed 20 minutes to where Keyla went, she's an inhuman.
What's going on? It's a bit of both.
I'm like, I can't right now.
She's something.
I'm just so excited. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Words cannot describe.
now.
She's certainly something.
She's definitely an inhuman. I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
100%.
You're 100% going inhuman?
100%. I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna say she's an alien. Maybe in like 5 minutes.
Maybe she's a human from
blood
space.
in her somehow.
Her DNA is not pure human.
Right,
So we know that
exactly.
much.
Yeah.
And it was something I forgot to mention. It was just like it was like second nature to her. Like this writing, she looked at it and she knew.
Yeah,
It's a
and like
map.
a beat.
That's
She
it.
was like, it's a map.
The only thing that I'm just wondering is because I think that she saw the writing last season, like at the end, because they still had the panels in the bus and stuff. I thought she would probably have noticed it and read it at that time. But maybe it is the serum that actually brought out her powers. So who knows what that's going to be like? But it just raises different kinds of questions. I think that like, is it the serum that's actually kind of like the Terrigen Mist or the equivalent of Terrigen Mist? Are they going to go for Terrigen Mist? I don't know. It's just kind of boggling my mind, and I can't wait to see the next episode.
And our live question for the evening was tweeted to us using that hashtag AOSAS, and it comes from @Jimbo19934. And Jimbo asked, do you think a Hawkeye Mockingbird episode could be possible? What do you guys think?
Mark said.
I mean, it's humanely possible, right? They can do it. These are real people actors that can bring in.
Jeremy Renner is really busy. He's got like 3 action movie franchises that he's in.
That's true.
Well,
Theoretically.
no, I mean the Bourne movies. He's not doing that anytime soon
is that
again
over now?
because Matt Damon is doing the movies again.
But he's still
Fun
gonna
fact,
keep it.
that's not Marvel related. Yeah, so
didn't know that.
he has free time. So please call him so we can have
Free time.
a.
Hey, Jay,
We know that for certain. He has so much free time.
Excuse me, Mr.
Everybody
Renner.
should get on. Didn't you say
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. said he wants to be on the show?
when he did
I'm
an
like, well,
Reddit
let him.
AMA. Yeah, the Reddit AMA from I think 2 weeks ago, and he was like, they were like, what TV show would you like to be on? He was like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's so much red tape, I feel like it's not gonna happen, but I'll do it.
The thing is that he's like the most expensive actor, highest paid actor in Hollywood right now. So I feel maybe he'll appear as a subliminal glimpse in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, just like a quick whoa. That's it.
It was Iron Man. It was Iron Man. It's just a shot of Robert Downey Jr. just like.
Not even that. They're in the Quinjet, and then he literally is just flying by, and then it's like, hey, good morning, and then he just just keeps going.
You don't need Robert Downey Jr. for that. You can just put the suit in.
It could be a second of his voice. Hey guys,
Yeah, we
this
just
is what
want
you're
to
doing.
a voiceover. Like, yeah, it's a message.
He records his part over the phone. Like, hey guys.
He literally phones
Thanks,
in.
guys. Yeah. All right.
That was terrible.
Well, yeah, it was pretty bad, and that's where we're gonna end it. So before we end our show tonight, we want to give a couple of shout-outs to some of our friends on Twitter, and when we're done, why don't you head on over and give them a follow. So we want to give a shout-out to @ShieldTV, @ShieldTV fans, @IHeartCoulson, @TheMarvelLegion, and @Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. BR. So go ahead and check them out on Twitter. Give them a follow because they're really, really awesome. We love having the conversation with them. And before we sign off, we do also want to give a shout out to @S.H.I.E.L.D. Radio and check out their S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast. It's over at helicarrierpodcast.com. They're really, really cool guys. They're awesome, awesome, awesome to talk to. So check them out. They've got great things to say. And any conversation you like having with us, you'll love having with them. We're a bunch of friends talking about a TV show that we love.
Nice.
So
yeah, you guys are awesome. @S.H.I.E.L.D. Radio, you guys are freaking great.
yeah, really, really great.
We love you guys.
Everybody who we gave a shout out to tonight has
obviously,
been super awesome and super supportive. So thank you guys very much for joining us this week. We hope to see you next week, and definitely stick around. There's so much more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming, and so much more craziness apparently that's going to drop on our heads. So we'll be back next week declassifying all the information that the MCU can bring us on the small screen. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.